everybody, I'm Nadiah from the original Neighborhood. Today here we are at the patent office in one of the research university. So we are here today to know about their operational flow or process for patent filing protection. Here with me is Mr. Kirana. She is an intellectual property manager in this organization. Thank you, Ms. Kirana, for taking time to meet with us today. So, how are you?
Fine, Alhamdulillah.
Okay. Could you please tell us a little bit about your background?
Okay, thank you very much, Nadiah, for including me in this session. It's about myself. I have a degree in science, and then I started working with UKM since 1989. It's about 28 years this year. Currently, I'm working with Center for Collaborative Innovation, which is the Technology Transfer Office for UKM. Apart from being the IP manager, I'm also the Chief Administrator at this office.
Could you tell us about the background of this organization?
Okay, this office is actually the Technology Transfer Office for UKM, meaning we manage the intellectual properties of UKM, and the role of our office is actually we have to create various IP portfolios, and we have to strategically manage all the IPs. We have actually two main function. Number one, to manage IP, meaning we have to protect the IP, and then we have to be involved in the awareness of IP among our researchers and also students and also UKM staff. We develop our own IP database, and we do our IP audit, IP evaluation, technology foresight, and so forth. And number two, our function is to promote commercialization of UKM's IPs, meaning we have to commercialize our IP through different modes such as licensing, outright sale, etc.
Okay, we know a little bit about the background of this organization. So, could you please tell us about this company's operation?
Okay, this center is headed by the director, and we have only one deputy director, and then I am the chief administrator, and we have three divisions: corporate, IP, and transfer. So in each divisions, they have their own functions. Such as corporate, they will manage the HR, budget, any seminars or anything to do with administration with UKM. And for the IP division, they are managing the IP, which is they protect the IP. They have to prepare papers for to get approval from the university to file to protect the IPs, and also starting this year, they have to go to each faculties and institutes basically every month to give talks to meaning they are now knocking on the doors. Previous years, we sort of waiting for the researchers to come here, but now we change the strategy. We have to go and see them, and then sometimes they have discussions. We also do IP mining, so that's one of our strategy to make sure that we achieve our KPI this year in terms of IP protection. And for technology transfer, they have their own strategy. They will choose and they will decide on which IPs can be commercialized, and they will do the promotion. They go to trade exhibitions, they do due diligence for commercializations, they discuss with companies coming, and basically both divisions, they are working together, so that to make sure that they've done their due diligence for each IP and also for commercialization. So meaning we have to make sure that everything should be in order before we make any decisions.
We know that this office create various of IP portfolios such as patent, copyright, industrial design, and so on. So, can we know what is the process for patent filing actually?
Actually, we developed the process since 2010, and we improved every year. Alhamdulillah, since 2013, we managed to, the SOP is quite stable now. So this is the latest SOP. Maybe I can show you here that when we receive our the application through our system EIPR, the executive in charge will then delegate the task to our executives based on their expertise. Meaning, if it's on science, so biotech and science, so our executive will be in charge, meaning he or she will do the one patent search, and also they organize what we call it IP screening session. In the session, they discuss with the researchers about the invention, and then through after that they will fill up the IP screening form. In the form, they will actually suggest what to do. It's either to proceed with the protection of the IP or not. And then it has to go through the process of meeting. We have what we call it IP committee meeting. So it's chaired by our Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research and Innovation. He will then, he and the committee will decide whether to proceed or not with the patent filing. So it's not straight cut, meaning they have to, the process will have to go through a few gates. Number one, when they do the patent search, meaning our executive must make sure that the patent is novel. Number two, when they go for screening, they ask more questions to make sure that the invention is not being disclosed through journals or any type of disclosure. And then during the committee meeting, the executive will present to the committee, and the committee then will again, they have to go through sort of interview or to make sure that everything is in order. So meaning it's not a straight, it's a straight cut. Because we are spending a lot of money, especially for patents, so the university will make sure that it's worth it to file. And then once they approve with the patent filing, of course they have to go through the process of to get quotation, to make sure that the purchase order is in place, because we have to follow our bursas. They have their own. What do you call it?
SOPs and procedure.
Yes. So that's it. Actually, basically that's it.
This year, what is the target for patent file?
Okay. Every year we set our own target, KPI. We have to achieve two targets actually. we have our own targets, university's target, and also we have to achieve Myra's target. So for university, we only target about 30 per year, and we increase 5 every year. So this year we expect to get about 35. However, the Myra's KPI is much higher. It's based on the number of active researchers. So for this year, we have to achieve about 60 patents.
60 patents.
That's quite a lot.
Quite a lot. Could you tell us how this organization manage the expenses so that the budget is not exceed the budget allocated for this year?
As you know, we have to prepare budget every year. So end of the year, we will prepare for the next year. Usually what we do when we prepare for the budget, we call all the executives involved and we ask for their opinion. Of course we will prepare first, and then during the meeting we can sort of nego. If they want to increase the number, then we will decide. Usually university will give us lump sum, so it's up to us how to manage the money. So in terms of whether we exceed or not our budget, it's actually it's a check and balance whereby we have our own officer who's in charge of finance here. So we always ask her whether we exceed the budget or not, and if we have to spend more than what we budgeted, so it's not rigid. We can always discuss, and we can because university is not that rigid. We can spend maybe budget for traveling overseas to use for other needs, and then usually when we check with our finance whether okay or not, the last step will be to get approval from our deputy director or the director.
Once again, because for giving us an opportunity to interview and to learn more about this organization, maybe next time we can meet again, or we can learn maybe another type or another process of IP procedure. So from this interview, we hope that everyone can benefit from it and got an overview how a non-profit organization operates. So that's all from us. Thank you very much.